everyone, Kay-Ann here with the October collage sheets, which are available to all my paid tiers and over on Patreon. And I thought I'd share those with you, talk a little bit about what's behind them, and then spend just a little bit of time using them. I can't wait to dive into these. In fact, sheet number 1 is prompts for an October art challenge, and I've already cut out a little section and used on this, but this has already been posted and shared, both the YouTube video and on Patreon. So if you want to know more about that, hop over there and visit one of those. I won't go into it right now, but that is one of the sheets available this month. And then diving into the regular October sheets, I went on a trip to Santa Fe this spring and visited the International Folk Art Museum there and was very inspired by many things there. But one of the things was a great display of masks, folk art style masks, all kinds of creatures and different things. And those inspired me to do some sketches in my sketchbook, which then I am sharing here with you. And so that's what the sheet here is all about. And I thought with costume season, fall vibes, all these funky little masks might be a fun time to use those. I have the month of October in a few different sizes so that you can put it on, page 1 of your October plans. And I've also got some crows here that I did in my sketchbook originally with brush acrylic paint markers, and I've included those here for you to be able to fly around your pages as you wish. And then these are the dates for October. These are actual pieces of art that I made using gel prints, botanical themed gel prints, and with a collage of crows on there. This page, the background for the month of October, is also a botanical gel print. So kind of had fun using those, and some block style numbers on here in white. So those are ready to use. Sometimes I use these as a full block, but then if I need a smaller section, I'll just cut out a small thing right around the number. So there's different ways that you can use these. And then corresponding with those, I have days of the week. And these also have gel print backgrounds. I made many different pieces of art in collage format from using various gel prints. And so I've taken those and cut out little slices of them and put the days of the week on there. So they make a nice, colorful, fun little block to use. And then I've also given you the same little gel prints, but without the days of the week, in case you want them. I love using things like that as just like little space fillers or borders. Different little, like to put behind words that I want to say, or layer with other stickers. So lots of fun things you can do with these. And I've done them. This is on regular printer paper, so you can kind of see the difference. This is on a kind of glossy sticker paper, and you can see the difference in how vivid it is. So whichever look you prefer, whatever paper you want to use. So I have these little segmented sections, and then I have 2 other versions. This one are horizontal strips across the page, so you get a larger variety. This one is vertical strips in case you need something longer. And I love using these like washi tape in my journals and planners and sketchbooks and glue books and art journals and all the different forms of book art that I do, or even some artwork too. So those are fun to use. And then this is the time of year that those of us that use planners or journals or memory keeping start turning towards a new year to come. And as we're setting up our journals for 2026, I have words that I like to use, headings that I want to use in my books, and so I've put some of those for you, like books to read, or priority, or notes, or plans, goals, menu, different things like that for you to use as headings. And you can, I left them in black and white because I thought it could be fun to actually color these in if you wanted to, or leave them in black and white. But whatever works for your books. And then along that line, I also did a sheet of the months, and also several 2026s. So, and then a few more words like budget, expenses, things like that. So that's to help you as you set up your 2026. Again, with a more seasonal thing, I saw some paper mache skeletons that gave me the idea for these, and I just kind of arranged the arms in different directions and put them in some different poses like they were dancing or whatever. I thought those could be fun to use and incorporate in with your pages. So I've given you a sheet of those. Here are some more gel print blocks to use. I find these very handy, like filling sections of the calendar, a block on a page. You can cut them into whatever shapes and use. Lots of different ways that these can be used. And here's some of that crow art here again. I love the colors in these, and hopefully you will too. And then of course I have some tinies of the days and the dates, and then also these planner words and the months in the block lettering. So if you're working in smaller, like A6 or Hobonichi Weeks, or maybe a traveler's notebook, something smaller, it's nice to have some smaller version of these. So that's the pages for this month. Hopefully there's some things in there that'll work well for you, and hop over to my Patreon if you want to get these. The link's in the description below. And now I'm going to dive into playing with these in my own planners and journals. I'm in the process of switching from Hobonichi, which I've used for several years now, and into a traveler's notebook for several reasons. One is that it's just kind of easy to print your own inserts or make your own inserts in this. There's a lot of flexibility, and I'm just kind of looking forward to the switch up, I guess. So I have here the yearly calendar, and using my little 2026 in there. I'd like the dates or the months to be really bold, so just at a quick glance it's really obvious what I'm looking at. So even though the month is listed there in the top left corner of each of these, I'm going to add one of these bigger, bolder block letter month on here. I've already decorated some of these pages with washi tape, and sometimes it fits better at the top of the month depending on where the first of the month falls, and sometimes it works better at the bottom. So I'm just going to be flexible with that, as long as it's somewhere on the page, just easier to read at a glance what the month is. I'm using 4 basic, well, 3 right now, but I'm going to add a 4th, basic inserts in my traveler's notebook. This one is a month view, and I downloaded it as a printable from Anthology Notes over on Etsy, and just printed it out on some Tomoe River paper, which I really like how thin that makes it, which is really nice. Then I have a weekly view one, which is also a printable from there, and also printed on Tomoe River paper, so it's nice and thin. And then I also have currently a notes section, and this will probably fit only like a month or two at a time, and it's where I write all those things down, all my, what I call my working notes, my ongoing, these are the things I'm working on and planning and doing, but I don't need to keep in here forever. What I'm going to want to add today is more of a reference section, and we'll get to that in a bit. But in this notes section, since this is more like for the month or maybe 2 months, I'm going to go ahead and put the October calendar in here. And I use these not only to refer to dates, but you can also use it for like tracking or to mark off, you know, whatever it is you need to keep track of on here. So just for a month view, kind of fun, a little bit decorative, and it also kind of marks that these pages from here out belong to the month of October. Made these in 3 different sizes according to what kind of planner you're using or situation you have. Like I've also used these in for like a daily prompt type thing to mark off the days, or even in a travel journal to mark off the days. So I'm pulling out these journal words or planner words again and just kind of looking where some things I've already done might be appropriate to fill in. Most of these I've already added a heading as I go. But what I am going to do is grab some of those blocks that I talked about, just that I like to use as filler. This is an example of a page that I took notes on and I'm finished. Like I came to the end of what's going to be written here, but there's that little bit of blank page at the bottom, and somehow I just feel like those need to be filled in. So these are the kinds of things that I like to add to those last sections. I've also been decorating the covers. I love decorating the covers of these inserts, and I think that's really fun. I've started decorating this one with September's printables, but I want to add a little bit more to it, I think. And so these strips, which are printed on transparent sticker paper, probably the opaque sticker paper would have been better for this purpose, but this is what I already printed out. So I'm going to use that to just add a little bit more to this cover art. I don't always print on sticker paper, but it does make it so quick and easy and convenient to use these, and I just find that I more likely, especially in my journals and planners, to add something like this instead of having to get out the glue and the whole shebang. This particular insert might last me into November, but I'm not going to count on it. There's a lot of things going on in October, lots of little things to take notes on and plan and do and record. So I probably this one will be just October, but I'm going to leave space at the bottom to add the November as well. So I'm going to get this insert put back in place and then work on that 4th insert I was talking about, which will be, I need to think of a good name of it. Let me know if you have a good name for it. I'm just thinking of it in my mind right now as like the reference insert. And what I did is took just a real basic insert, but it has a grid on the pages, which makes it nice to use. And I just took part of the pages out because I want this to just be the stuff that I refer back to that will stay in my notebook throughout the year with things that I will keep referring back to. So I didn't want it super thick. I wanted it as thin as possible. And so I took part of the pages out, and now I'm going to decorate the cover. I have this brochure from, I went to Crystal Bridges in Bentonville, Arkansas a while back, and this was a brochure they had there, which I think is really pretty. It's from some of the artwork that is displayed there. And so I'm using this brochure to kind of cut down and use as the cover on this insert. Now when you make your own, like I could have just made that be the insert or the cover, but since this already has a cover, I'm just going to add to it, cover the top of it. So I'm trimming it to size here, and then I'll glue that down. And then I will want to add some embellishments to it also. I just use a glue stick and have not really had any trouble with that not staying. But I also usually cover these insert covers, especially one like this is going to be in there for probably the whole year. I will cover, after I'm done decorating, I will cover it all with transparent packing tape. I have this collage book that I'm trying out little bits and pieces from, but what I end up finding is this, I think it was like this Hobonichi pad that had eyes. Maybe was the One Piece Pirate edition, and I had stuck that into the front of the collage book, and so I thought, well, that's kind of perfect for this. So that's what I decided to go with to decorate my cover. And the word inside that was on the original brochure I think is kind of fun. I added a sticker label with the year on it, and now I'm just kind of finishing up that little part that folded over to the inside. I don't want that coming loose, so I'm using my sticker strips, kind of like a washi tape, and securing that. I'll probably do some more decorating, or put some kind of reference, or maybe some inspirational quotes in that front cover. But for now, I've used sticky notes to kind of plan out what topics need covered on each of these pages. So, like, I will have goals for the entire year. I recently ran across a quote from Atomic Habits by James Clear that says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." So I decided that on the page next to my goals page, I would put a systems page. In other words, kind of plans of what I can do each day that will help me get toward my goals. Now, underneath the stickers and the lettering on this page, I added watercolor. This isn't watercolor paper, but it does do okay. And the wonderful thing about watercolor is you can still write on top of it. So that's really fun. And since that was one of the first pages in the book, I decided to go ahead and add color. The rest of these I'm being a little more quick about. I'll probably go back and add more decorating later. But for now, I just kind of wanted to plan out and have a place to start writing these things down. So, places to go is another one of the things that will be in this little book. I'll also have birthdays that I will list, and all kinds of little goodies in there. So now for a quick little flip through of this particular insert and all these little planner words that I have stuck in there. One thing I love about this style is it's easy to add your own words to match just some simple block lettering, and so you can have it all going together nicely. Movies to watch, books to read, places to go, bucket list, and birthdays. And that pretty much winds up for now. I still have lots of pages left that I can add more, but that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.